Welcome back to the trail. This is part of my build towards the UTA Miler. Over the next 6 months, I'll be training on the course itself, breaking it into sections, getting to know the climbs, the descents, and all the small details you only notice when you're out here. This isn't about chasing perfect runs, it's about time on feet, problem solving, testing gear, and building confidence on home ground. Each run adds another piece to the puzzle, so let's get into today's section. Today's run is a 14-kilometre out and back from the gate at Queen Victoria Hospital on Kings Tableland Road and dropping down to the Jamison River and back out again. With the miler on the horizon, these runs are less about pace and more about time on feet, climbing legs and getting comfortable moving on various terrains. The plan over the next 6 months is to keep chipping away at sections of the course and learning it piece by piece and building that home ground advantage. The trail underfoot today was just about perfect. We've had some rain through here recently, and instead of turning the trail sloppy, it's firmed everything up. So damp, dark dirt, good grip, and just enough to give the legs happy on the descent. It's the kind of surface that lets you relax, and if it was too dry, it would be dusty, which is exactly what you don't want when you're stacking long weeks. I also used this run to test out a different trail shoe. I've switched into a pair of New Balance in a very loud mango and peach blossom colourway. Last week, I think my ankle was hurting a lot from, I've got a few plates and screws in my right ankle from a trail running incident. And after all the stairs at the COSI 50 and last week's trail run, my ankle was really suffering. So I thought I'd try something a bit softer with a bit more cushioning. My first impressions on the trail were good. My big toe was still hurting on the descents. I think I'm losing that big toe on my right foot. So that was still a little bit sore. But that's all part of the process, learning what works and what doesn't before race day.
Here we are at the creek crossing, so Jamison Creek, 7 k's from the car, so all downhill, 7 k's. So now we're going to turn around and do the 7k uphill. So that's going to be fun. It's starting to get a little bit warmer now, but look at that creek. That is so beautiful. Almost feel like going for a swim.
This whole approach worked for us last year when we trained for the Hounslow Classic. We spent months learning every metre of that course and it paid off on race day. I honestly say it's one of the toughest and most technical courses I've ever run. That matters even more now because the Hounslow Classic makes up the first section of the UTA Miler. So I feel like that's a massive advantage for us, is that we've already done a race on that section. We even tested out some of the cut-off times because, as you know, I'm cut-off queen and it's very important to me to know that I can make the cut-offs. So we even did a couple of trial runs with the cut-off times on that one.
So only 2k to go till I get back to the car. This week has felt so much better than last week. I think I've had a bit more rest this week and it's cooler, so to speak, and no stairs. A lot of incline, but we can get that done. So yeah, feeling a lot better this week than I did last week. So that's good.
So over the next 6 months, I want to document this process. So you'll see the good runs, you'll see the bad runs, the shoe experiments, the sore toes, and the gradual confidence that comes from putting in the work on the actual course. Each week we'll head out and tick off different sections of the miler, so learning the climbs and the descents and all those little details that add up over 100 miles. So that's another session done and another piece of the UTA Miler course in the legs. Some days the trail feels smooth, other days it pushes back. So both count. Every kilometre out here is part of the bigger picture. If you're following along, I'll be documenting the entire build, the training, the mistakes, the lessons, and the slow progression towards race day. So if you found this useful or just enjoy seeing the course up close, stick around. Next week, we will be back on a different section of the trail, adding another layer to the journey.